In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Supreme Court case Google versus Oracle. This case was about the extent you can go to apply copyright law to computer code. Oracle was accusing Google of copyright infringement for using parts of their API, or Application Programming Interface, and they were using that code when building Android. As background, copyright is about giving credit and compensation to an author or inventor for their creation. And under copyright laws, authors are allowed to control the use of their work, how much they charge for it, etc., etc. Lawsuits for copyright infringement go to court when the author or creator determines that the other person has used their work without permission. And if they win the case, they can collect compensation. But if they lose, especially when the lawsuit concerns a new medium or product, it can set a precedent for future cases about that medium and its regulation. The Google versus Oracle case was a great example of this, as computer code, and specifically APIs, are an emerging product, and nobody is quite sure how to regulate them or what copyright means in this situation. The Supreme Court ruled the case 6-2 in favor of Google by saying that the copied lines of code are bound together by uncopyrightable ideas and led to new and innovative creative expression. They also said that the way Google used their code was transformative enough and only used it to provide a familiar interface for their users to create something on a different platform for a different use. The judge also mentions that this ruling is about API code's ability to enable creative expression, which seems to exceed the copyright claims. This means that it would fall under the fair use doctrine. Furthermore, he compares this case to trying to hold a copyright claim on the QWERTY keyboard, because then you would hold a monopoly on all keyboards virtually everywhere. This case was quite controversial, since it seemed to overturn a previous lower court decision, which favored Oracle and found Google guilty. I personally think that the Supreme Court ruling in favor of Google is better. First, I agree that a widely used API becomes uncopyrightable because if not, it would give Oracle enormous control over everything that uses their product. Maybe in its earlier stages, it could still be a copyrightable idea, but in the case of Android, it would give Oracle entirely too much power. I also think that Google's use of Java API was transformative enough, but still so they could provide a nice experience for their developers. Despite that I agree with Google on this case, I feel that their winning shows their enormous power in the tech space, and how only a company of this size could drag out these trials over many years as they did to get the result that they wanted. And my references will be in the description. Thank you.